Let's just video game. Okay. Hello everyone. Oh, goodness me indeed. All right, let's see if things work. Um, I'm back on my PlayStation controller. What's up, War? How's it going? The volume looks a little low, which is always worrying. Wait, okay, now it's okay. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just need to get my stage voice back. Haha. That'll do. What's up, Diego? How's it going? Hey, Nardo. Hey, Wolford. Okay. I guess I could do. I'll do very quick apartment tour, and then we'll video game. Um, yes, the boxes are definitely gone. Okay, so here we go. This is the apartment. I guess I can get rid of the. Oh, I can't be bothered to get. Oh, I'll just do this. That's easier. Instead of like just going in and hiding splits. So we've got. Actually, I'll do like a whip around and then I'll talk. Okay. So yeah, that got moved, but like everything's set up. So like I've got the gym set up, the sofa, table and chair. What's up, Jesse? How's it going? This is the balcony. Um, and like the team leaders meeting or head volunteers meeting yesterday, people were like, I was like, can you not tell that it's a new apartment? They're like, no, it just looks like a big open empty space again. And I was like, can you not see the balcony? Like, oh. And they thought that no one thought that was a balcony. What did they think it was? I don't even know. Anyhow. Right, let's see if we can get all this to work. I got a new keyboard as well, because my keyboard started breaking. Started breaking? Some of the keys didn't work. So that's why I've got all the funny letters. Why would you say funny letters? What a horrible thing to say about another language. Anyway, but it'll be useful when I start typing in Swedish, whenever that comes. This is where the marathon was. It was just all boxes behind me instead of all the normal setup. So, yeah, I guess let's go through what's going on quickly. So I'm doing FF7 any percent and FF Tactics Advanced. Famfrit percent at ESA. So yeah, I need a full size keyboard is what I need, not a 90% one or whatever they are. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So FF7 Tactics Advanced at Winter. Yes, that's what I believe. Or can't believe people are fighting over hosting Final Fantasy. Crazy. It's average. So yeah, that's going to be the focus, and then we'll take it from there. There are lots of things that that I want to do, but there's always lots of things that I want to do. So I'll get to that as and when we go. Let's just get back into it. So this will be a couple of hours of Final Fantasy VII. It'll be segmented as usual. It'll be evenings. I'm working the weekends in the arcade, Saturday, Sunday, so I'll be streaming all day Thursday, Friday. And anyone in Discord will have seen the stupid idea that I want to try in the mornings. just to see what happens. Like, it's something I've thought about for quite a while, and there's no reason not to do it. Or actually, there's no practical reason not to do it. Anyway, let's begin so that we're not just fighting off time. Hopefully, all the hotkeys work on the keyboard. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Begin. I also need to redo all of my splits. That's a thing. But yeah, I'm kind of like catching up on certain computery things. What's up, Frazee? How's it going? Oh, also, the channel point incentives are back up again. So for Kingdom Hearts and League of Legends. So if people would like to see more of those, you can put towards those your channel points immediately and do so. Yeah, so that's like the most important thing. The most important things generally, life-wise, is making sure ESA Winter is ready to go. So we've got the schedules are pretty done. Got the fundraising schedule out yesterday. I think, yeah. I need to clear out the boxes here. That's not hyper important, but it's good to do. Then milestone stuff need to sort out. Yay, funds. What's up, James? How's it going? How was your affiliate versary? Sure, that was recently. So there's that, and there's get the runs ready for ESA. Relatively important. And then just get the general stream stuff sorted. So I need to get the new emote order in to Metako. So I should really do that really soon. She's so much faster than I am, and it's just been mental with Legends into home, into marathon, into back to ESA work. This Friday, awesome. Look forward to it. Okay. Also should. Oh, it is a little loud. I should also check the 7 stuff and see if there's anything new. That should hopefully... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that's even a bit loud there. Let's put it down to 26, I guess. Crazy. But as far as janky goes, this is exact... Like, I'm hearing what you're hearing, so... This is what the... FF sound font should sound like on PlayStation 1. Exactly as is. Giving you potions. This is going to be weird as well, because the last time I was playing FF7, I was using a PS5 controller, so... I need to get used to using a PlayStation controller again. I guess a PS1, 2 controller. But anyway, it's all good. Yeah, the thing, it's like... So, for me... I mean, I still love old school soundtracks. I feel like... there are still things for the Super Nintendo... that sound great because people just knew how to use the sound font well and compose for those sounds, and you know, they're quirky, and there's been newer games that are using like 8-bit style music, which is pretty neat. So like your Crypto Dancer, Necromancer, Crypto Necro Dancer, Necro. Whoa. Perfect. Whatever it is. Crypto the Necrodancer, Shovel Knight, whatever. And there are other ones. Little indie games using those kind of sounds. So yeah. I am like hard rusty on this, so don't expect amazing things. We'll see what happens. I'll get it down for winter. There's plenty of time. I mean, what have I got? 3 weeks? Easy. 3 weeks to de-rust the game, no problem. Another thing that I've been thinking about, and I think I've spoken to a few people about, is about whether to do the elevator manip or not, because I've got the resources for it. I know how to do it. I have done it before. For whatever reason, even though I spoke to multiple people about Zeal doing it at Legends, it wasn't able to be done for some reason. Like, we agreed that it was possible and that we could do it, and then it just didn't happen. So I'll have a chat with Tyr about it and see what the deal is. The general idea, I mean, I think the easy way to do it in-house is, well, it just depends on how much delay there is in the stream. But it would be to screen record the stream, something to that effect, and then play the video back at 0.25 times. And that should hopefully work. The question is if there's enough time to do it. So the general idea is that when you go to Eris's house, the waterfall in the back is pulsing or glowing at certain intervals. And what you do is when you watch those back at 0.25 speed, you can track the pattern, so like how often they pulse, the timing of it, and then you put it into a tool and it will tell you what your, I think it's your stone values. It tells you information that you need. And you've got until the end of the Eris scene with Elmira, and as soon as you get outside, you're looking at the save crystal that's spinning. And you need to wait for a certain amount of rotations to put yourself into a position where you're able to do the elevator manip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you wait, not if you wait too long, but like if you don't find out in time, you'll not know how many rotations. If you don't know how many rotations, you'll not be able to manip it. So it is fairly quick to be done. The other way would be to have someone at home track it and feed me the information or something like that. So we'll just see is what it is. What most people will do is they will locally record that part and then stop locally recording the stream, and then they'll go in and check it on whatever their video program of choice is. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, Leo and I submitted a few races. We really wanted to do Jade Cocoon, or at least for me, of everything that was submitted race-wise, between just Leo and I. That's what I really wanted to do. Urgot, it does actually, yeah. Urgot without a tail and without a face. That's very true. But unfortunately, it didn't get in. They chose Tactics Advance instead. And it's cool. It'll be interesting how it plays out, I think, anyway. We'll see. So, a lot of Tactics Advance is very set. But there are 2 points, I'm not saying necessarily of let's call it pseudo RNG. And at 2 points in the run, you complete a quest that allows you to get a new character, and you will reset until you get a favorable one, basically. So we're looking for, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's like a Dragoon or something else, and they're like really powerful. And we do that twice in the run, and it's a timing-based thing. Now, I've not done any sort of metronome stuff, but if I can figure out a metronome timing for the reset to get to the screen and that kind of stuff, then change that up slightly. Yeah, if I can figure that out, then I'll definitely do that. And, of course, I will share that with Leo. It'll be horrible. Like, hey, dude, I find this really consistent way of doing that thing that we reset for. But yeah, it's kind of weird in the quote-unquote tutorial. I think the way it's phrased is it's like MASH, but not too fast. It's something like that. So we shall see. But it's a fun game, good music. The rest of it. Force an encounter. Oh god, I should practice commentary for this. Who's going to do commentary for this run? Jeez. This is quite long. I should probably prepare stuff. Right, note to self. Practice commentary for FF7. So what we're doing here is I'm walking and running in very specific steps to set my step ID so that when we get to the sewers, we will have a very specific positioning and values that will allow us to get a preemptive fight. I should probably talk about fights before I talk about that kind of carry on. There's a mini boss called Apps. Anyway, this is Maker Reactor 1. I just blew it up because for the cause. So you'll notice that Jessie gets her foot caught twice. Once earlier and at the end. The girl needs to tie her shoes. So here we are in the rubble where we find out the specialisms of our team. So Jessie is doing some explosive work. We've also got Biggs and Wedge. Our illustrious leader Barrett we named earlier. And our main character Cloud. He's called an ex-soldier because there's a military operation called Soldier. He was part of them, and he broke up with them. So now Barrett's telling us all to scatter to the four winds so that we can be cooperative, so we don't get caught uncaughterable. So here's some people running around the slums, all a mock. This is the flower girl. She offers for us to get a flower. Sadly, I don't want a flower. I'm allergic, so it gives me the sneezels. Pick up an extra potion. Potions are very important. Potions can be used for healing. But we're actually going to be using our potions in this instance for money. So sadly, we got caught by Shinra soldiers. Similar guys from the front. Fortunately, the game allows us to just run away. And now, well, we're trapped. Where could we possibly go? We are surrounded. But what's that? The lovely sound of the train. We're not scared. And there we go. Into the tunnels of the slums we are. Hopefully this will be taking us somewhere useful. Yeah, it's like it appears that the train's going quite fast, but like the landing is very smooth. Oh, so we find out that Jessie, Biggs, Wedge, and Barrett have all managed to successfully meet up at the train, and they're talking about Avalanche. So that's our defiant organization. We're the rebels in this game. Yeah, I can survive falls of infinite height. And who's that knocking at the door? It's Clyde. So there we go, just making a big entrance, making a name for ourselves. Annoying our big bad boss man. But it's okay, because the lackeys love me. Wedge loves me, Biggs loves me. Jessie decides to be the economical, stop the smog from getting into the train. So she shuts the door. Oh, it's like I've been in the London Underground. Smoggy face. Smoggy face. Yeah, a little bit of recognition. And here we go. Now we're going to do the first paralysis dodge of the run. Paralysis dodge is very simple. So when you queue up a text box in the game and you're speaking to someone, you're paralyzed, your character can't move. If you queue up 2 text boxes on the same frame, however, you are free to move. So we're going to activate one by leaving the screen from the bottom and also talk to your character at the same time. And we'll be able to move. So here we go. Just doing a little setup. And there we go. 2 text boxes at the same time. And then when I get to... Oh god, actually I need to do a certain amount of text boxes there. Anyway, that worked. So I clear enough text boxes so that the last text box goes as I run through the door at the back. Note to self. Relearn Jessie skip. And then whenever I come back in, the game advances to the end of a short cutscene when we're speaking with Jessie. So just advance the game slightly faster than normal. So, we're learning more about our cause and Avalanche and what we need to do. So, Cloud's being all introspective, outrospective, perspective. He's prospecting. Because above the slums, there's a giant ring. And above the ring is where all the rich people live. And their fancy abodes. And, of course, the Shinra company, who are in charge of the whole operation. So, there you go. Oh, Daisy, thank you for gifting a sub to Vingor. Villingor? Thank you very much indeed. Alright, so now we need to carry on as we go. So, Barrett now tells us we're going to group at 7th Heaven, because we're now in Sector 7. I really hope we're in Sector 7. If we're not, we definitely are now. So you can see the red triangles at 3 points in the game, or the map. So that's for entrances and exits. On the right I can go to the train graveyard. So the trains go to grave. You get a grave party. I can run down here and speak to Barrett, but you'll see the Biggs, Wedge and Jessie are in the way. So if I leave the screen, come back in, they will have cleared out and I can just speak directly to Barrett again. Little time save, no skipping there, just knowing story triggers. So here we get introduced to Marlene. Marlene Cyrus. 46 months. Thank you so much, Link. Tell you what, so I got like halfway mid, close to bronze 2, man, and it can't be done. People are awful. I need to really knuckle down, focus in on the whole thing. But yeah, really rough stuff. Really rough stuff. I think I'm at like 1 game away from getting back into B3. Dude, I've been trundling. It's like the whole idea of like, oh, side lane or side lane trundle. No counterplay, blah, 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 blah. Although I really want to play Udyr now. I'm really excited to play Udyr top. But yeah. So we get introduced to Tifa. It's hard to tell who Tifa is. All we know is she runs the bar. Marlene is Barrett's daughter. Don't know anything else about the family. Although we have a little reference to Final Fantasy X on the screen in the form of Shun. Fun and games. So now Cloud is bitching about his salary because he's ex-soldier and he wants to get paid. And they're like, we don't have any money. So he's like, fine, I'll leave. So we can go up the hidden pinball. And we do just that, we leave. But what? No. Tifa won't let us. Because we have a history together. We grew up in the same town. In Nibelheim. And she's now going to guilt trip us with a little retelling of our childhood. But yeah, like the Trundle stuff works, and it's really good. And I mean, like, you absolutely destroy towers. which is great. But like, if bot lane just absolutely crumble, you're done. Like, you just it's pretty grim. Like, I'm really trying to like think about the play. I'm like, okay, so like, I know Jax is really good, although he just got, or I guess tomorrow when 14.2 comes out, he's getting nerfed. I know Aatrox is really strong. I know Trundle is good. Keel's doing really well. But then, you know, it's such a risk to even play Keel. I mean, she's way stronger than she used to be. But it's like, okay, if I play Keel, we're playing for the long game. It's like if your mid laner plays Kassadin, like everyone needs to not run it down. What's up, Service? Yeah, I really wanted to start a lot earlier. But basically the way it happened was, so I did the marathon. That was great, grand, wonderful. And then the week after, when I was like starting to settle down and get stuff moved in and stuff, we had some ESA stuff, and then I ended up being in the arcade for the weekend. So I lost a couple of days again. And then the week after, Planks Eden and I spent the week basically setting up for winter. So we tore down everything from Legends, built some new stuff, did some palette work, packed stuff up and all that kind of carry on. And then I was in the arcade that weekend again. So that was like a 7-day week kind of thing. Because Boss Man Eden was on holiday last week and this week. So I had to get a lot done then. And then I think that takes us to like last week or whatever it was. So that was the point when I was like, okay, now I can start doing like fundraising stuff for ESA. Because that was, we were doing a lot of like practical labor kind of carry on or whatever. And then it was like, but also, you know, running the fundraising team, got to do a few bits there. So we're just going to go into the item shop here. We're going to buy some grenades. So first of all, we're going to sell all our potions. Remember when we picked up all those potions? It was so that we could afford grenades. They're going to be pretty cool. And now we're going to leave Wall Market and we're going to do guard skip. So guard skip, very simple. We're just going to line up some stuff and we're going to walk through the scenery. See if I can still do this. That looks good. There we go. So that's sub-pixel perfect alignment, but you can, it's all set up for it. Basically, all I did was moved very specifically, opened a seam in the wall and walked through it. Normally, you would go to Sector 5. And you would blow up Sector 5, fight the other boss, Airbuster. When you fight Airbuster, you fall off the bridge. You go into a church. In the church, you meet Eris, who we would normally be able to name, but sadly, we can't name Eris because when you skip her, she comes in named Aerith. Fight amongst yourselves in the comments. So, when that happens, we find out that we lost Barrett and Tifa. Sad times, because obviously we fell down the bridge and they didn't. So, we decided we're going to find Tifa, and we've heard that there's a guy called the Don. Don Corneo has got her, and he's got a little mansion house at the top of Wall Market. So we try to get ourselves in. Turns out the Don only likes women. So instead of letting Eris go alone, can't be doing that. Needs her bodyguard, which we established Cloud is now. And we're gonna go on a little cross-dressing minigame. So we're just gonna pick up various pieces of clothing, tiara, perfume, clothes, stuff, a wig, and we're gonna girlify Cloud and get him in. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that it was. So then this week has been a lot of getting stuff sorted. So we got the fundraising schedule out to the team. And then we've also got some updates. Should I talk about the updates? We haven't said it publicly yet. This is always there's a really fun line or interesting line where when things happen at ESA, very rarely is there a... You can do your paralysis dodge here, by the way. Just in case anyone's curious. You speak to the chair at the same time you speak to a guy. Very hard to do. Saves 2 seconds. Tricky. We already know about the no graveyard, no roughly 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. kind of stuff. But yeah, so like things will be decided, and then sometimes we will like talk to teams about them or share various things, but we never say this is a secret, you can't tell anyone. And every now and again, someone will ask the question. And the question will be, is like, oh, can I tell people? And then you have to think, it's like, well, we didn't say don't tell people, so I guess you can. Choose the second option here to get the nice chocolate. Yeah, so there are a couple of things that are fairly big. One of them I think would be quite nice for people to see for the first time at the event, because there's no spoiling that. It's like it won't change a single thing. It's literally just something you will see like on the stream feed. So that doesn't have like there's no benefit to telling people about that. I think I go in here. Oh wait, never mind. I haven't gone there yet. So it's after the item shop. We go. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So now I'm gonna soft lock the game. There's another process dodge. I am actually gonna do a dirty safety save here because I got it in the marathon, even though I said I probably shouldn't do this because I haven't practiced this. But just because something goes well one time doesn't mean that it's going to go well every time. So we'll see what happens. So I'm waiting for a specific dialog box here, and I queue up a text box with them, wait for them to fill, talk to this guy, run all the way up, and then I mash until I see a certain thing. That one. And then I go back down here to get close to the Eris. Clear this text box. Choose the second option. Choose the second option. Clear this text box. And then Eris runs to me. We get the sexy cologne. And then we can leave. So even though I didn't clear that text box where it says I got the... I was about to write the dirty cologne. Even though I didn't confirm the text box where I got the sexy cologne, it is in my inventory. Similarly, had I have gotten the shop paralysis dodge, you get the coupon. And you wouldn't clear that text box either, but you would still get the coupon. All right, so now we've got pretty much everything that we need. But we've realized that when we dress up, that my spiky hair isn't enough. So we're going to go to the gym, and we're going to do squats against the big bro. Okay, so there's that. And there's another thing that's really important for people to know that actually probably isn't a bad idea for people to know before the event. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, there's a fairly big thing that I think we should definitely announce before the event so that people know about it. We're going to do we'll go more in depth into it at the event, but it's going to be that will actually have an impact on the user experience, not just like runners, readers, commentary, all that kind of carry on. Yeah, should I do squats at ESA Winter? Should we have that be a thing? Oh, nice. I got 21 squats. Perfect. You can actually buffer the inputs there. So you alternate pressing square, X, circle, square, X, circle. But if you hold square and then while you do the animation, you can buffer holding X, and then when you do the animation, you can buffer circle and alternate between them. On Discord, we've got an official announcements channel. I will say we are changing up a couple of things for incentives, but I can have an incentive. We could do a rolling one. I don't know how much I care for having... Oh god, I forgot to start the bot. But also, that'll take you to my Discord, not ESA's Discord. Sorry, the bot's live now. You can... Commands will work. Let me look in the announcements channel and see. Okay, so there's announced... Oh, there's a... This has got nothing to do with ESA, but there is... at the arcade here in Vecwa, we'll be running a rhythm game tournament in April. So I will be participating in a DDR tournament in April. That's going to go great for me, I'm sure. What's up, Mizzo? How's it going? So that was the most recent thing announced. What is this? There's going to be a game jam. We know about the game jam. Attendees, something about... That's just all merch and register on the site. This is the schedule. Yeah. Nothing's been announced about those things. But the other thing as well, and this is the reality of the situation, I talk about a lot of things and no one's called me on it before. But presumably because no one thinks to. Like, I don't know how much other streamers talk about ESA business in their streams. But I tend to talk quite a lot. I mean, and especially now that it's, you know, my job. I'll probably talk more about it than before. I'll check with the others. Yeah, I'm doing well. So one of the reasons why I said actually in my Discord earlier today about specifically doing DDR. One is it means that I can do cardio indoors. And two, it means that I can practice for the DDR tournament. Like, it's crazy, well, in my opinion anyway. So, like, there are things in life that I've been very good at, and there are things that I've been fine at, and there are things that I've been poor at. Is whatever. So I was talking to Jesper, who is going to be the tournament organizer, the tournament official, whatever TO stands for. I'm not actually sure which one it is. Anyway, he's organizing the tournament anyway. And if I remember correctly, or I understand correctly, DDR goes up to level 18. And, like, I've watched people doing, like, high-level tracks and stuff, and I'm like, that's absolutely crazy. Probably is tournament official, yeah. For the actual thing, but he's also organizing it. But either way. Pick up the ether there. Oh, by the way, we found Tifa. Yeah, we did it. We're also going to get picked by Dawn because he loves me. I'm like that. Doing very well, Watkins. How are you doing? Oh, okay, it's fine. I just got like DM and it's like, nope, not from anyone there. So yeah, we get picked. That's the fastest. If you don't get picked, you have to fight mini bosses, which aren't in the all bosses category, which is bullshit. But anyway, we'll talk about that later. While we get picked, we get to speak to the Dawn. We're going to get chucked in the sewer. I'm going to pick up a hyper for money, just in case. Safety. And we'll carry on from there. But yeah, so like I've seen people do, I'm like, that's absolutely mental. So for the tournament, there's going to be, for the DDR segment, there are going to be 2 categories, a higher category and a lower category. So the lower category maxes out, I think, at level 13 tracks, and the higher category, I think, is uncapped. And the way it's going to work, and I think this is awesome, I really love how Jesper's planned it out, is that I think everything is double elimination, knockout, or whatever it is. But like round 1 is everyone does the same level of track. So I think each person chooses a track. So they choose their own track, but it has to be of a certain level, and then highest score moves on. So that way you don't have people who are much better than others just free cleaning out people, and it puts more emphasis on score rather than difficulty, because from my understanding, as far as competitive DDR goes, it's always been in a bit of an odd place because you've got, like, okay, there's the amount of inputs you've got, whether you got marvelous, brilliant, good, bad, miss, whatever, which is based on timing. And then you've also got the difficulty and how your totals added up. You can get you could do a less good performance on a very difficult track and get a higher score than doing a perfect performance on a lower track, difficulty-wise. So I think it's a neat way of going about it. So I was like, okay, let me try some stuff out. So last week I was doing like some 13s because I was like, well, if I'm going to have any chance, even in the lower category, like I'm going to have to be able to do that. All right, we're going to do some specific movement here. We're going to get a back attack against the boss. It's going to be amazing. Down right to stop, circle. Yeah. And then up left to stop, left to stop, right to stop. And then we get preemptive against apps. And then obviously I won't get a preemptive against apps, and it'll be like, oh, this guy's terrible. All that movement set up earlier in the slums to not even get the preemptive. Okay, well, never mind. I'm a god. We got it. Huge. Frame perfect grenades. Hold up and circle. Use the first item in your inventory on the first frame. You can also switch from item to attack by holding down and circle. So that's how I was able to buffer that Braver. Limit breaks take priority over other actions in battle, which is why I was able to get the Braver off before Apps took his turn. So there you go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good stuff, etc., etc. ECT observation today was told your lesson was a model example of high quality teaching. Huge. That's amazing. I mean, I've definitely seen some times where like SLT or middle leaders or line managers or whatever will use softer language with ECTs and your staff and whatever, and I totally get that idea. But like, you can't exemplarize that, or you can't exaggerate or hyperbolize. A model example of high quality teaching is just a model example of high quality teaching. That's as good as it gets. Do we get, like, in my brain, my brain is telling me to pick up the steel materia? Like, I don't think we do. I don't think we have. I distinctly remember seeing someone pick it up, and I don't remember why. Anyway. What's up, Shepard? How's it going? Thank you very much for 35 months. How are you? But that's huge. I mean, like, I had... So, for example, like, if anyone wants to know what my ECT experience was like, for those who don't know, it's early careers training, which basically just means you're in your first or second year of training as a teacher. So you've finished your degree, you've done your teacher training, and then... Oh, goodness, oops. Maybe no slots gets it, or maybe there's a route in slots where you want speed for something. I mean, it ups your speed. That would be the reason to get it. The big reason why we first started picking it up. So in no slots, the big reason to get it is that you can steal a right arm off of the bomb enemy in Coral, which means you can one-shot down for a faster fight if you get the steal. A lot of people opted not to even go for the steel materia, and it was like, the chance is low enough, I'd rather take the consistent time rather than hedging my bets on getting it. And then, and this is really cool, I don't know who figured this out or whatever, but in the diamond weapon fight, something happened where it was outspeeding Tifa, or she wouldn't always have enough speed to be able to get 2 turns per round. And having the steel materia was the answer to that problem. And that was really cool for me. But we're talking about stuff from a long time ago. Like, no, it is. I have no idea. Anyway, yeah, okay. That was like 40 minutes of commentary. Maybe I'll bring it back at another point. So here I'm going to line up an encounter against this dark tile here. That's very important. If I go too far forwards or not far enough, there is an encounter. I'll get an extra encounter. Don't want that. Very important. Ooh, I was supposed to walk, not run. Hopefully that doesn't matter. But anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be fun. So, my teacher training. So the first school I was at, my line manager or trainer, whatever it was, from the south of Ireland, experienced, very good. And early on, lots of praise. It was like, oh, you're doing really good. You're picking things up. You're listening, yada, 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 yada. And then it didn't take very long. Like after maybe a month or whatever it was. And then we had a meeting, which wasn't very nice. And it was like, oh, I really thought you would be doing so much better. You were going so well. I thought you would be an excellent teacher. And now I don't even know what the words were, but it was basically to the effect of, it was like, you were making really good progress really fast, and now I'm not saying much. And I was like, oh, that's really nice, thanks for that. And then she just hounded me on things. And it was like, right, I want to see all your like your teacher handbook tomorrow, which has got all the information about the students. So you would have a page, you'd have all the students on it, and whatever. But like, I'd never done that before. I didn't know about whatever things. So like, I had my like class list, which is fine. And then she was like, why don't you have all this data on it? And I was like, I don't know like what you mean about that. And it's like, well, you want to know where they're currently at, what their predicted targets are, where they should be. All of the things like whether it's English as an additional language, special needs, education needs, free school meals, all whatever, like everything. I was like, you need to have that memorized. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, I don't even know how many classes. I mean, in your ECT year, you don't have crazy amounts of classes and stuff. So I might have been teaching like 10 classes, maybe. I don't know what it is. And then every day it was like, have you learned them? That there, and then like a couple of weeks in, or you might forget a student's name, or I would check the class list to see who the student was, so I could refer to them by their name. And they're like, why don't you know the names already? It's like, if you don't know the names of your students within the first 6 weeks or whatever, you're never going to do it. And I'm like, okay. And it would just be like beating after beating after beating after beating. And it was awful. It was a horrible experience. But like with the whole thing and everything else, she wasn't coming at it with, this is how you improve, this is what I'd like you to do, this is how you go about. It's just like, do better, do better, do better, do better. Like, why did you use that word? Why did you say that? And not instead of, it's fine, but like instead of saying, instead of addressing your class as X, you should do it as Y. So there wasn't a lot of training as there were. It was like, I'm just going to bring you down, you're going to figure it out. That was really rough. And the best grading I got for a lesson observation was good. So it goes like in the UK, it's all graded by Ofsted, and it's outstanding, good, requires improvement, or inadequate. And man, I got a lot of 3. Do we split for Dine? Not Dine, Reno? We do. So like a lot of like 2s and 3s and whatever. And then she left. She got a new job as a director of music for a different school or trust or whatever it was. And then I had a new line manager who was maybe softer than needed, but like much nicer person or whatever. And she was really positive, but I think she was really positive because of like the knowledge that I have and the skill set that I have, rather than other really useful things like behavior management and classroom strategies and planning and all that kind of stuff. And then when I went to my second placement, that was like, that was a weird one. I didn't like it that much. The head of music there was odd. Very typical. Like, if I'm going to use an expression that people should understand, but this is not to make any sort of provocative comment. But if I was to say, like, pumpkin spice latte, typical white girl, that's the kind of thing. And she would like sit on the table cross-legged, the shoes off, and I believe always referred to the students as chicken. I really didn't like that. Or chick, if I recall correctly. But whatever. And she gave me a bit of a hard time. But then whenever it was on like stuff on my terms, when it was like more complicated topics or stuff that was like Baroque classical romantic, so things from like the 16 to 1900s, which I'm very knowledgeable and very good at, it was like when you're teaching you and your stuff and whatever, it's very good, and other things like so we tightened some stuff up there, got a couple of outstanding lesson obs, but overall, like, I didn't feel incredibly supported, and it wasn't a great environment, and the NQT or whatever, that's what it was before ECT. Guy did some good training stuff, but I don't know, odd. And then I went to my first school, and then went on some courses. Heavy music was very, very good, but it took until I got to the last school before there was a really, really high level support network there. Like, the CPD is excellent, line managers were excellent, the teachers very much cared about pedagogy. And that centralized behavior system and all that stuff, and it was like, this is excellent. So I'm confident that like last 2 or 3 years, like I have been a very high quality teacher using very effective methods, and things could always be better, can always be better, etc., etc. But like it took that to get to it. But yeah, it was tough. Like, there were a whole bunch of times in my first placement, I came home crying, and I was like, I don't want to do this. This is the most horrible experience ever. This is really tough. And I was like, I have to do this. And it wasn't just like the work was difficult. Like, that's not a problem. Like, I was being absolutely beaten down. And like one of the things I would say is like, if I can get through this, everything else will be like a cakewalk kind of thing. And I was like, I am certain that other people wouldn't be able to take this much of a beat down and come out the other side on top. So yeah. But yeah, I didn't get observed by SLT or anything like that in my placements and stuff. But yeah, like the first school I was at didn't have a centralized behavior system, so it was like you just figured it out yourself. It was like, how do you want your kids to stop talking? Well, that's up to you. You can do 3, 2, 1, stop. All right, everyone shush, everyone quiet. On my signal, And I was like, great. Well, I was like, they've got no reason to follow any of them because one teacher does one thing, another does another, another does another, another does another. There's no consistency. Standards are different. It's like, do you give them 1 time, 2 times, 3 times to stop talking, or all that. It's just so bad. But things you don't appreciate and learn until you've seen other methods and models and things. So this is I would be looking at the waterfall there. So right now, so 49:14. So now what I would do is I would stop the recording. I would go back and I would look at the waterfall at 0.25 speed, and I would input in a timer the distance between each pulse. If off the top of my head, it's 0, 1, 2, 4. Could be wrong. Don't remember. It's been a long time since I did that. And then I would input that into a spreadsheet. And then I would find out whether I want to wait however many rotations from the save crystal, and then I'd be ready to go. Yeah, there's some weird stuff, and there's some things that work don't, or you can and can't do. There's some really weird power dynamics. So you get some schools where it's like you do it because you're told, full stop. Like that's all it comes down to. There's no like, this is why we're doing it. And then you've got other ones. And it's all about purpose. It's all about purpose. So it's like, what is so, you know, are you disciplining someone for the sake of it? Are you disciplining other people who don't deserve to be disciplined? What's the best way to go about it? Yada, yada, yada. And there's sometimes you don't get an option. Like if students can, at the end of the day, hold a room hostage. Absolutely possible. Have seen it, have been, you know, and there are times it's like, okay, everyone else is now going to leave and go to a different room, and a member of staff is going to stay with this child because they are refusing outright whatever. Yeah, it takes time to get really acclimated to the things that people say to you and how they speak to you and what they do. So even though I had a massive range of emotion and volume that I would use in a lesson, like never shout at people. It's the same thing as like gaming. So like on stream, there are times when I'll get mad and I will shout at the game and I'll be angry about different things or whatever. But like it's never at the people. Now, if it's League, it's different, but we'll not talk about that. So like, because I used to see that. I don't know. I've definitely mellowed over the years. Back in the day, very angry person. 2014, 2015, the Soten days. And people were like, it's so weird. He'll just like yell and shout and scream and swear at the game and then be like, hey, what's up? Hasn't especially changed. One of the big turning points was when I was doing my teacher training. So my postgraduate, and I was living with my sister. That was one where it was like, okay, I'm now living with another person, and if she has someone over, that's not going to go down well. And then like wall to wall with neighbors, and they have children and stuff like that. So that was one, like I guess kind of thing. And then yeah, there was the next one when I went into the last apartment that I lived in the east of England. I'll just explain the save crystal here. So when I'm mashing, the save crystal will move 3.5 times if I just mash on its own without me being able to do anything. And then what I would do is I would wait on this screen. So let's say I wanted to go 4, I would go now after it had rotated 4. And you do it in half or quarter measures. I think it's halves, though. Okay, I'm going to sell everything except my grenades. And buy 49 grenades. I've got plenty of money, because I think I got a double potion drop. Maybe, there wasn't a double ether, but anyway. Got a double potion drop. So now the really important thing is that there are certain screens where my movement has to be perfect on, so that I get the right... It doesn't matter now, I'm not doing elevator minute, but my movement has to be perfect. So you have to do a specific movement in order to do the elevator minute. So, for example, on the next screen, most people would have in the past gone right past that. Like, this is a screen where there's no encounters, but I think you go... Oh, sure, you went to the right of this now. Maybe you don't. Or maybe you buffer against it. I don't remember. I need to relearn the movement for it anyway. But these screens are all advancing with stuff, yada, 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 etc., etc., etc. Okay, so we are we're going to, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just messing with it. So we're going to go to the weapon shop. So yeah, so you can buffer all. You can do this without messing up your movement pretty easily. So we get some batteries, and then this is the trickier bit. So like if I go up and left too quickly here, I can get caught in the machine. Also here, holding up, I'm getting caught, so I need to do that. And then also, you do a little walking buffer step there, because if you run perfectly, you will be 2 ahead. So you want it to tick over to a certain value. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't believe if a kid pulled out an Uno reverse card. Absolutely tragic. But that would be, you know, we would handle that the same as like a phone, where it's like, okay, here are your options. You put it away. If it comes out again, I take it. You give it to me now. Okay, listen. Okay, this is a phone. If a phone's out, you take the phone. If they refuse, you kick them out of the lesson. For a card, I would also give them the option to put it away, because that doesn't fall under the typical banned items in a lesson. But yeah. Oh, just a pack of cards? Oh, okay. I thought it was literally, sorry, the reverse card, like what's his name did in the football match of the Sidemen. Anyway, if they pulled out a game, like if they were like out to play, yeah, you would lift them, and if they don't let you, say, okay, you know, those are your options. You give me the cards, or you're removed, or you go to isolation, or whatever that particular school's unit is. And if they refuse, you call someone to kick them out. Very, very simple. The big, really what all it comes down to is you have to have a reason for it. And you stand by it. You don't need to ever go into more detail. That's the thing where a lot of people tend to get caught out on, is trying to reason with a student or a child or whatever, or trying to beat them down or win them in an argument or whatever, that kind of thing. And it's just like, you're not allowed those in here. You can hand them over. You can leave. And if they say, okay, I've told you now, it's your decision. And they're right, you're refusing to hand them over, leave. That's it. Don't talk anymore. And then you get, like, the worst thing is if they become an asshole and they start, like, I was like, well, I know I'm getting kicked out anyway, so now I'm going to cause havoc. I'll walk around the room, I'll kick things over, whatever. That's the worst one, because it's like, the thing you do there is you carry on with the lesson and you ignore it, which is, you know, it's stupid, because everyone's like, we can all see it happening. We all know what's going on here. It's not like anyone is, like, under the illusion that the situation is under control in its current state. But that's what you do. You certainly don't engage with them whatsoever. And then when someone comes and removes them, you just carry on as if it never happened. All right, so this is where you would either go inside the HQ, and we would go up the elevator. I'm just going up the stairs for simplicity, because I don't know what the values are, what I'm tracking, and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I would have enough grenades, stuff like that. If I get a lot of encounters, my grenades could be too low or very low, which is tricky to deal with. So this is just easier to do for now until I get some practice down at the elevator stuff. It also saves me a bunch of steps, yay! But that's on principle, that's not a reason that you would choose to do it. Right. Yeah, I have had ones where, like, I've gone in on stuff where it's like, there's some really tricky lines. They're easy things to not get emotionally involved in or react to and whatever. But then there are other ones where it's like, so let's say, for example, so you decide you're going to study GCSE music, and in the music budget, you get free lessons on your chosen instrument or voice, right? What an absolutely incredible thing to be given. Free lessons by a professional every week on something that you've chosen to do. So like GCSE A-level, or when you've chosen a subject for specialism or as an option. And they don't show up to the lesson. And it's like, okay, every now and then I can understand people forget things, people make mistakes and whatever. But the ones who don't take the lessons because they don't care and they don't tell you and they're not bothered, and you have to chase them up and say, why are you not there? And they lie about it, and it's like, oh, I forgot. Oh, I had this. Oh, I didn't see the board. Or, oh, my form shooter didn't tell me, even though the person who's in charge of music is aggressively diligent on getting messaging out to students. And you're like, okay, now you're wasting not only my time, you're wasting your time, you're wasting other people's time. There's the teacher who's getting paid to come in and they have now to sit on their arse and do nothing. You're wasting money. And it's like, that's a personal choice, right? Because it's like, I understand, it's really obvious, like some people will like certain lessons, some people won't. Some people like certain teachers, some people won't. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Right? It is what it is. You get what you get. But when you've chosen something, that's not a you've displayed a bad behavior and I'm going to tackle the behavior. It's no, you're actually consciously choosing as a person to make this call. And if I'm to tackle it, how am I supposed to tackle that as in, okay, well, we don't allow skipping of music lessons here, so make sure you do it next time. It's like, no, that's my budget. And that money is going down the drain. It's that to me is crazy. And that's a lot harder to deal with rather than okay, everyone open your book to page 10. Oh, you didn't open your book to page 10. Do that now. It's there's quite a distinction in that. Didn't stand for an hour. Oh, that's a crazy one. There are some things that I've either been really fortunate with or that are changing. So yeah, I mean, students were very open with me, generally speaking, at schools. And like I was able to have the kind of conversation where it's like, when it comes to periods, because that can be something that's very difficult and very awkward. Fortunately, I'm an absolute, unabashed bull. I'm like, whatever. If you want to tell me, just tell me. Just say it. I don't care. I have no problems with using any terminology and language and stuff. I don't care. Which is not to say that I'm insensitive to things, but it's like, I'm not going to shy away from stuff and whatever. But it's like, I don't know why, but I can imagine the idea of it being difficult to excuse yourself from a lesson because you're on your period, and that not being an especially something that you would particularly want to say openly. And you get students who are very, very comfortable at it and are just like, sir, I need to go to the bathroom. Say, you're not allowed to go to the toilet during lesson time. And it's like, I'm on my period. It's like, you go right ahead. And then but you don't want to get into the back and forth of, it's like, you need to give me your, the only people who are allowed to go to the bathroom during a lesson are people who have a toilet pass for whatever reason. Sometimes there are medical things that you'll know about. Or if you can tell that someone is absolutely about to pee themselves or have an accident, as it were. But it's like, it would be really nice if there was a globally accepted, here's my, here's the cute euphemism or whatever, or here's the thing that means it's my time of the month. Thanks very much, Harvey. How are you? I guess we'll go for the guard stuff here. There's no reason not to, although I don't remember how to do it because I never remember how to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. This D-pad, if I remember correctly, has got a horrible tendency of when you go diagonally, or no, when I hold left specifically, it'll go diagonally up and to the left. Yeah, you didn't get caught. Huge. Yeah, I don't remember the timing for this, so I probably shouldn't do this. But what you do is it the first one or the second one? And then you wait for the thingamajig. Oh no, I've my brain. I think it's now is when the guy on the right, on the left of the right, does the thing. And then you mash. and then you can do a double thing with Tifa. Yeah, something to that effect. But either way, it's whatever. Like, it's not worth completely guessing. I'm getting caught. There's no reason for that to be the case. Anyway, right. Let me continue to catch up. I'm still slightly behind. But yeah, like there are things where like people will tell you it's like you can't, like when you're on your period, like sitting down straight is not like comfortable. 5. I really hope that I was far enough up the ladder or the steps, because last time I wasn't and I messed this up, which is fine. It meant I actually got it first try instead of second. So 5 is 2. So you want to get this wrong first, because I don't care about... Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay. I really need to go over that again because I want to get it second try so I get an elixir. But yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know. I'm probably just not high enough up the stairs, or... But it's based on in-game time, so it shouldn't be to do with menu speed and the fact that I'm on emulator. Anyway, we continue. Top left, top right, etc. Okay, so let's see. Teaching programs. Well, I mean, yeah, we've talked a lot about Glasgow Uni and both Your and Stars time, I think, in education. Okay. Uno and camping? Yeah, okay. Whitewater rafting with family a few years ago during some midnight Uno. Pulling a lot of reverse... Like, too many reverse cards? When she went to the bathroom, reversed her tent, she didn't have a light of source of panic. That's funny! Okay, that's funny if you know the people and they're okay with it. But, like, camping pranks? That's got to be, like, super normal and natural and whatever. Yeah. That's funny. I have seen genuine times of Uno reverse where I've been like, I get it. Rather than the, please stop. Like, it's an absolute misery now. This is what a lot of it is. But yeah, the big thing, like, is you just... It's separating the person from what they've done, which takes time, and choosing not to care about certain things. And you just get better and better at it, and it can get a little easier. Which doesn't mean that it always does. And, you know, students can find things that are gonna get to you, and being able to control it can be really difficult. And certainly, like, early on, even like first couple of years, for me, like, if I had a bad lesson, that meant I had a bad day. So if lesson 1 went badly, that meant that you would know. The kids would know every single lesson for the rest of the day. And then you would go home and you would feel like shit. And then tomorrow you would get up and you'd be like, all right. Ready to tackle the day again. Like, that was kind of how it went. Right, okay. Yeah, I don't even know what the 16 time was. Did I PB in 16? And I was also, like, doing a number of things for the first time. Let me see. I have uploaded it to the VOD channel, but what I haven't done is made them live because I haven't done thumbnails? Yeah, that's what I've not done. Okay, what do I want to do here? I want to switch account to the VOD channel, and I can... FF16 cut. No, that's not what I want. I just want to watch it. I don't want to... Can I watch it? Can I watch it if it's a draft? Please play. I mean, I can see the VOD's 11 minutes and 51 seconds. No, 11 hours and 51 minutes. So I'm assuming the run was about 12 hours. Yeah. Well, 11:46 or whatever. Very good. Yeah, I mean, sub 12 is really about as... Oops. about as good as I was expecting or figured it might have been. When do I go to ATB? Wait, before Red 13. Okay, we've talked to the toilet. This is the toilet. This is the toilet. Okay, good. Yeah, we're good. Here we go. But yeah, I mean, on the basis that I've done, I think it was my 4th run ever. And yeah, a thing. It was like when it came out, I was like, I'm gonna spend time in it, and I spent like a week or two. You know, and everyone who was rooting and stuff, and then I feel like I lost pretty much everything from like June onwards. Like I got the exams, and then it was like leaving school, ESA, moving, getting to here. Like basically once I got to the end of the school year, I don't even know like how many games I even played or was able to go through and practice and stuff. But I know it was super little for any of them. I mean, like I don't even think I practiced FF7 at all last year before the marathon. I do think I was winging quite a lot of these games. Oh, because at the beginning of the year it was 12 and 13. Yeah, I spent a couple of months on 12 and 13. But yeah, I think a lot of it went very well. But yeah, that was like way before I think at the time, gosh, I don't even know. I mean, I'd seen Yida's run, but even like the notes that I had were from before them. I don't know how up to date the notes were. They would have been pretty up to date. I think it was one of the sub 8 runs, or maybe like a low 8 run that Crystal Crown did, is where I made my notes from. But the thing with 16 that's like not annoying, I guess, but I'm going to use the word annoying because I guess that's how I personally feel about some of it, is like how you fight the ads or the trash mobs is very intentional, and I just cannot be bothered with it. Like I wouldn't want to like main 16. It's really cool and it's really exciting and interesting that like pretty much every aspect of combat is well thought out, well planned out. And all that kind of stuff. But like the amount of effort and time to get down, it's like, okay, so these enemies I need to whistle to aggro. These enemies I need to use the Rook's Gambit or whatever you call it to pull in. These enemies I am going to ignition to group up. These ones I'm going to do that. Like all like that kind of stuff. And it's like, you know, you could obviously go off like a general, okay, I'm going to go to the enemies, I'm going to group them, I'm going to do, you know, this move, this move, this move, and you could generalize it. But there's so much. And then when to use ignition as a movement tool and not a grouping tool or not a damage tool, or using it for stagger. And then the boss fights. Like I think I for sure will like generally get better as far as like movement goes, getting around the game, boss strats and stuff like that. But I don't think, for my purposes, there'll be levels that I go into. But realistically, it's like it's another one of those ones where I'll just have to see. So, like, all of my times up until FF11 are okay. Maybe even 10. Like, I'm like super lazy with 10. And the thing is, I don't grind out 10 at all. So I reckon if I was in peak form and I really tried, I would probably get a fine time in 10. I just have never, or it's been so long since I've like tried to quote unquote PV in it. But all those times are fine. Like completely acceptable for like a decent or, you know, a normal marathon run or whatever. My 11 PB is like, I think it's 9 hours roughly. And world record's like a 6:15. But there are reasons for that. So like things include that when you do a normal run, you do it on a Wednesday or a Sunday at a certain time of day, so that you get experience buffs for your thing, and you get a different whatever you call them, trust, and stuff like that. So not only do you get points from leveling up, okay, fun, that go towards your NPC party and things like that there. You also get levels faster and things. So it's like, there's nuance there, but even regardless, for like a non-event, no, or off, whatever, like I've got plenty of time to save. 12, I've still got a couple of hours. 8, I've got a good couple of hours. 14, I've got 3+ hours. My PB in 15, I'm pretty okay with, but I'm so rusty. Like, that just does not carry over at all to like the last 2 marathons whatsoever. But I'm pretty sure my PB is like 430 something or whatever. Right, so we're going to force an encounter here. Should be with it. My notes literally say hand robot. That's how well I know the name of every single enemy in the game. And there it is. You can see why I call it a hand robot, though. Anyway, you would force the light, which is my maybe 3 steps before I am. But I'm bad, so I'm just gonna play it safe. And that's where like I would be much, or I would have much fewer steps had I done elevator. So anytime I have done elevator minute, I've never been able to force the encounter in the right space. I'm always like 4 steps behind or so. Right. How did you refuse to go to the bathroom in class? Told them that I can bleed there in the chat. I mean, imagine getting to that point. I mean, the thing is, like, people say that that story has been told 1,000 times, you know, and sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's a joke, and whatever. But sometimes it's also like a thing. You go through that so that you get sort of. It's got nothing to do with sex ed, Harvey. And it wouldn't have anything to do with even like a single gender school or anything along those lines, like a boys' school or a girls' school. It's about as a teacher, that's not something that gets addressed. But it's got nothing to do with like sexual health or whatever, or like having the students comfortable with it. It's just one of those ones where it's like it was never tackled in a set way. So it's like, you can either, as a teacher, choose to say or react in a certain way, and then the student can choose to say or react in a certain way. But if there's like, this is the language that you use for this specific instance that only happens, you know, to certain people at certain times, why that's never been tackled, I don't know. Because it's like, there are lots of other things. Like, so let's say, for example, someone has diabetes, and once a day they need to leave a lesson to take their insulin levels. And it's like, okay, well, they don't just get out the equipment in class, although some people do, whatever. But some people are like, no, you go to the medical unit, or you go to wherever. There's a space that you go and you check your blood sugar levels, and then you come back to the lesson, right? And it's like, that's tackled with, and you know exactly what's happening and when it is and whatever. And this is how you deal with it, or whatever. You know, there are various medical things and such, like, I've just, yeah, but yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's got anything to do. I think it's just something, either that it's one of those, a stupid thing would be that as a person that you are uncomfortable or icky about it, which is fine to be, but as a teacher, as someone who has to deal with something, that stops being important. That stops mattering in the slightest. You know, this is your job. This is what you do. You know, you don't just not do something because you're a bit icky about it. There are things that you can choose not to do. Like, there are absolutely things that you might get asked to do as a teacher, and you're like, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not going to do it. So like, I don't know, let's pick a wild example. Like, okay, we're doing a talent show or a performance night and we want you to sing. And you're like, I'm deathly terrified of singing and I'm not going to do that in front of wrong room, like other people or whatever. And it's like, okay, but you're not going to, you're not going to hide away when someone's like, I need to go to the toilet, I'm on my period. And it's like, oh, don't say it. Don't say those words. Please, I can't. Oh, just leave. Don't come back. In fact, I'll leave. We'll both leave. Different ways, though. I can't look at you in the eyes anymore. It's too gone. Too far gone. I can't do it anymore. Anyway, that's probably enough period talk for the evening. But yeah, like the thing is, like, even with all those time discrepancies that I was talking about from like 11 onwards, 16's in roughly the same point where like records under 8 and my PB's like 12 or just under, whatever, doesn't really matter. It's about a 4-hour difference kind of thing. But fortunately, I'm still very new to balls, and more balls. I'm not that used to balls. You know, I have my own, you know, basketball, football, other balls. You know, they come out when it's right, when the time's right. Gosh darn. Well, now I've completely thrown my thought process. Okay, I need to line up to force an encounter in the particular spot here. So I can't see my foot. Dirty safety save. That should be right. Can anyone see my foot? Oh, I can. It's on the black line. Okay, we're good. Probably. You force an encounter here to get a preemptive against Genova. I'm really bad at it. I feel like I should have been further to the right because it should be right between the feet. But then every time I try to go right between the feet, what ends up happening is I'm not far enough. Anyway, there it is. So, it may or may not work. It's whatever. But like, just getting into the habit of those things is part of it as well. All right, very good. So, yeah, but like a lot to get just comfortable with in 16. It's tough with the later runs, like even from like 12 onwards, where like there's no, like, cutscene skips are built into the game and there's no like skipping of dialogue or speeding up whatever. It's like you have to just do the run. You know, you can't play the game at 150% speed or anything like that. You have to invest so much more time, like in 12, like, well, even from 11 through to 16. You know, it's like, how long is it going to take to get even a sub 9 or whatever in 16? It's like, okay, well, that's substantial. In the amount of time it takes me to do that, I could probably get through Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on emulator with speed up or whatever, so it's a toughie. I don't know what I used to have a value. It was like I want to be within 2 hours or something of the runs, 1 hour within them. I don't know. Obviously not for the early ones. There's somewhere I'm like less than an hour and whatever and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, there are ones where I'm genuinely not sure, like, what the most realistic fastest marathon time would be. Alright. Type 1 diabetic you made a fellow student pass out when they saw your blood tests? Oh. But that's sweet. Not the fact that they passed out ever. But yeah, passing out's weird. For me, anyway. It's like, I get it, but like, I've never done it. So I don't know what the experience is like. You know, and that kind of stuff. And sometimes I'm like, why did you pass out? And sometimes it just happens. I'm like, why? Sometimes there'll be like reasons like dehydrated or you haven't eaten or whatever it is, but I'm just like, how does that just happen? How does that just happen? Big shot. Okay, yes, indeed. Think of the children in the room. One of the few boys growing behind, mother's completely open and willing to... Yeah, I mean, so, like, in my upbringing of my parents, my mom was the one who was definitely the more comfortable with talking about things like puberty and sex. We didn't talk about it a lot, and it definitely wasn't like a comfortable conversation. It was kind of more like the, you know, that thing, and it's like, and it's like, well, there's a, you know, and then like, okay, I'm gonna leave now, because neither of us are, you know, neither of us want to have this conversation. This is the elevator. Yeah, I got that afterwards. Yeah, but my dad and I, no. There's never been a conversation of that nature, and I don't. Well, at this point, in my 30s, one would hope that doesn't have to be a thing. And my balls are super normal. Appropriately portioned. Portioned? I just used the word portioned to describe my balls. That's not right. Yeah, they get in the way of the toe marks. Here are your balls for the day. Could I interest you in some balls? What's up, Coffee Fuel Gaming? How's it going? Aloha. Savage. I'm on the tea as well. My chamomile. No, my chai latte. That'd be great, though. I mean, the thing is, like, I think if you go, like, that far to the opposite extent, Savage, of like, son, did I ever tell you about fucking? And you'd be like, ah! You'd be, like, so thrown off and, like, so, I guess, taken aback where it might be like, okay, like, if you just calm it down a bit, it might be all right. And it's not like this unacceptable, awkward, taboo-y thingamajiggy. Thing. If I told you about the birds and the bees, well, when a man and a woman love each other very much, they do the sexy stuff with the penis and the vagina. But only if they love each other. Otherwise, you do the other thing. But only consensual. Unless it's a man and a man. But then there's other types of... This is a problem. It's like, you know... I appreciate this is supposed to be an easy conversation, son. But like, so... This is why we don't use colloquialisms when we refer to sex. Yes? For the purposes of this demonstration, I'll be referring to penetration of the vaginal cavity by the penis. This is to... So as not to make confusion for the oral and anal cavities, of which can be used for sexual gratification and sexual disgratification, depending on the context and situation at hand. And then by that point, it's like... What's the point you were trying to make? And it's like, gosh, in all the confusion, I seem to have lost track myself. The other thing is, like, I actually, like, off the top of my head, I don't even think I know what the Birds and the Bees story is. Like, I've heard the expression 100,000 times, but I don't think I've ever, like, I don't know what it is, because, like, birds and bees don't work. You know? Imagine having a big old set of balls. 29. Yeah, see, the problem that my family, or the experience of my family, so like, oh, okay, of the siblings, I was definitely the more outgoing. So it was kind of like expected that I was doing things, or, you know, that I would be going on dates and seeing people and flirting and all that kind of, you know, high-level charisma activities. So I kind of got like brushed over in that sense. There was never like a, you know how this works kind of thing. Cave and eel? That sounds grim. Yeah, I'm not about that. It's like, do you know what an eel is? Not really. What kind? Electric or regular? You know? There's a lot to unpack with an eel. There must be like a simpler metaphor or something. You know? It's like, are we like one, like a river eel? An ocean eel? Like, is a barracuda an eel? You know, the eels even go into caves, like, because they're largely like water dwellers. I suppose there are caves like underwater. I don't even know. This is falling apart at the seams. Oh yeah, I need to. My brain's remembering, like, for... I don't know if it's a no slots thing, but I remember Zeal having his party tank hits here, and I don't remember why. I should watch the Legends run, because I remember him talking about it, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I forgot what he said. You don't get limit breaks and crit health in 7. You get them in battle from having taken damage by an enemy. So... I think the reason for having characters at low health would be so they die. It might be for experience. It's probably for experience because in no slots with cam skip. Is it cam skip that you lose experience for Materia Keeper for? Oh no, it would be Causal Canyon skip. Yeah, I think it's in my head. I'm guessing it's probably an experience thing, so that you get the right damage rolls for Materia Keeper. Although. Could be wrong. I've still never watched an episode of JoJo. They tell me that Series 1 was the best. Although I don't think I've watched anime in a long time. Did I try to watch anime? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I don't remember the last. I mean, I've not watched Attack on Titan or anything. Like, I know about a lot of them, and I've spoken to like mostly students about a lot of these. Like, that's where I get like 95% of my anime knowledge post the age of 16 is from students in school. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it, Jesse. We'll be back with our regularly. Oh my gosh, I need to practice. Regularly scheduled stream of Amara. Yeah, we're fine. My brain is not working very well. Black Lagoon never came up, but I mean, I taught 11 to 18. Bowls. No Otaku. No. But I did see a thing. I don't know. I mean, it was... Hang on, I need to get my head around it. I mean, great to see you as well, Jesse. Good night. I'll see you soon. I don't think I forgot what an otaku is. It's been a long time since I've thought about a lot of these words. Uh-oh. Maybe. Oh, if it's just a weed, then that's fine. Yeah, he's going to twin burner. Is he going to twin burner? He's going to twin burner. For whatever reason, Tifa got her turn earlier than I was expecting. But this is fine. I'll just burn my limit breaks. Or we'll do that. All good. Yeah, it worked out fine. Hello, Squall. How's it going? Fancy seeing you here. Some other reference. Oh, gosh. Okay, I need to figure a lot of stuff out. This is fine. Wires and a wireless device. Yes, indeed. Yeah, what was the thing that I saw? It was definitely something to do with sexy anime. Oh, okay. I'm going to say a word. I don't think I know what it is. I've also just realized I've got the wrong layout here. And I don't know if it's specific to a context, but it's the word vor. V-O-R-E. But I don't know if it's a thing to know. But I saw it in a video recently. But I feel like it's got something to do with anime. Now, the person involved definitely had something to do with people. Okay. So, here's the context. I think it was a boss in a video game, like Persona or something like that. And the boss is a man dressed up in a tiger suit. But, like, eating someone literally in the sexual context. There isn't a sexual way to eat someone. Unless we're missing out, like, a key word. But I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't know what that was about. Alright, here we go. How do you... So, what? Okay, so it is literally like eating a person. Like... and we are like... I mean, like... Yeah. That can't... I mean, I guess... You know, I guess that can be in a sexual context, but like... Oh, but do you have to be... Okay, are you only allowed to eat sexy parts? Or, like... Because if you're just, like... eating someone's arm... You know? That's not... There's no sexy bit there. No, there is another... Like, I'm you know... Is anyone here familiar with the olden days of Ogrish? That was a website. I'm relatively pleased to say my wiener's intact. Very pleased? I don't think about it. In context, I'm very pleased. I didn't think I would have to be very pleased. But it's not something that I have to think about very often. All right, here we go. What? The gam skip. This is going to go great. It went so well during the marathon. Dirty, dirty, safety, save. All right, let's see if I can do this right. Line up here, go here, get off. Get on. Just rock on up to the right. Get to the lighty grassy stuff. Up to L Beach. Down to the grassy stuff. Down left at the thingamajig. The bitty bit. Keep an eye out for the El Snackerino. Line up. Go left. Get off. Go down and to the left. Hold upright and circle. Go right a bit. Oh gosh, I've forgotten whether... Hang on. No, we go... Yeah. You go up the underside and down the overside. Alright. Bonk into the wall. Get off. And walk through the mountain. Oh gosh! Okay, we might be okay. I might not soft lock. I think I might be far enough into the grass. I might be far enough into the grass to just keep on walking. Woohoo! No soft lock. Huge. Now, the real question is there a way for me to bring Tifa back to life in Junin? I genuinely don't know if there is. So that's cam skip for anyone who's not seen it. You do a lot of precise movement and that allows you to clip through a seam in the mountain. It's really cool. There are videos out there that show you like the wireframe, like the frame model of the mountain and all that. Very, very cool. All right. Now, back to our Vortalk. I guess I could buy a Phoenix down here. I know how much money that I need to have left, so yeah, we'll do that. Because I've got plenty of grenades from doing the stairs. God, I can't believe people... wrote that word and I read that word. I need 3178 left. Yeah, that'll do. We got our Phoenix down. And we'll full heal. You know what? Part of me is thinking I could add in a safety Phoenix down here. Or I could keep a Phoenix down instead of selling one, maybe. I'm on emulator right now. I'm Izzo, not console. So don't worry about that. I say don't worry about that. For all intents and purposes, the PS2 should be fine as well. I haven't lived, so I need to find some. But there are people who are willing to be eaten, right? Like that's a thing. People are like, that's okay. You can eat me. I don't mind. You know, just make sure I taste good. Strange. All right, here we go. First try, poison. Oh, wow, we got it. That's incredible. Nah, my console will do the job fine. You don't need to worry about that. Right, I'm just gonna pause. Do this. Do this. What settings are effing up my system? All right, I have some ideas. Or I have one idea. that it's this. Oh, I was meant to go with Barrett, not Tifa. Because Barrett has this limit break. Hopefully I get the limit break off before bottom swell goes. Oh yeah, like, cannibalism is illegal. Ain't no two ways about that. So I guess I'll double down with Cloud's limit break, even though I want it for Genova. But this fight's so grim, I think it's probably... it's probably better to... Ooh, I can just bring him back to life. Whatever. Why is my brain going to those places? It doesn't matter who dies in this fight as long as Cloud doesn't, because he's supposed to have his limit break, so now it actually doesn't matter who dies. But also with first try poison and the double limit, he should be gone. Yeah, all good, all good, all good. All hands! Sploosh! Okay. Anyway. So yeah. Delish. Yeah, he'll get... I mean, I could farm it if I wanted. It's okay. Actually, I don't think there are any encounters doing here in Genova Birth. But it's fine. Like I said, it really doesn't matter. Right, we're going to go for 40 breaths. Frame perfect trick. Wait, what? Don't worry about it. My brain. That was really weird, Al. Really weird. Well, could have been it, but I don't know if I did 10 the first time. For some reason, my brain counted 10. Like, I heard 10 breaths, but then when I went for the frame perfect input, it looked like it was on between the 9th and 10th. Kind of weird. I mean, the truth is, the price of GPUs is, or the size of them is ridiculous. Like my 4080 or whatever I've got in this uses up the entire case. Wait, I think I am... Oh, I think I'm... It was 10. My visual... my brain is just like an idiot. I think I've just done 0 breaths, followed by 11, followed by 0, followed by 0, followed by 0. No, I know. I said, like, regardless of the PlayStation 2 joke, the sincere thing is that GPUs are getting crazy big now. So hopefully this will do the trick now. This will hopefully be 41. Okay. Now we do 1. And that will tell us. Maybe. I don't even know. I messed this up so badly. Okay, I have no idea anymore. Wait, why did I not split? What if I do 9? No, that's 10. I can't. My brain's never ignore me. I need to pay more attention to the game for that, because, like, it's just not happening. I don't know how long heat management's been a thing, but I imagine it must be for a while. But yeah, like, cooling systems are standard, I would say. Like, in my last PC, I think I just had fans. There were like 4 or 5 fans. And now I've got an all-in-one cooler. Oh, Yugachi, I forgot to say thank you for 42 years. I'm so sorry. Like, I saw it and I was like, yep. And then I was just... I was so taken... Oh, bum fluff. I was encapsulated by the Vorlore that I just, in my brain, it just stopped. Yeah, temperature's getting pretty nice actually in Sweden now. This is very pleasant. Although maybe a little warm. So like they've got central heating in all of the apartments, I think. I mean, like I'm assuming it's central heating. I've got 3 controls in 3 rooms. And it's a temperature dial. But I also don't know exactly how... I should really read the instruction manual. And not only should I read the instruction manual, I could just Google it or whatever. But it's got... So it's a white plastic, and it's got a dial, and the dial goes from, let's just say, 0 to 40. I don't know what it actually goes from. But the company have said they've maxed everything at 21. So like even if I set the heating to 25, 21 is what it will be. But there's a little lever when you flick it down. It's got a switch, and there's a switch that's got sun shiny picture, and there's one that's got it looks like night. I don't know. I'm assuming it's night and day, but I don't know how it works though. Is that like do you turn the heating on at night or day depending on whether it's switched or flicked up or down? So like if it's set to night, does that mean that the heating is now on? Well, the thing is though, there's one dial. So unless it remembers when you flick the switch what the dial was at for the other one, that doesn't really make sense. Hooray! I'm glad you made it back and you have an online experience, Yugachi. So I think tomorrow I'll probably use the Video Ninja setup. Yeah, it's very low tech. It's all mechanical, Yugachi. Yugachi? Dagroth. So it's literally just it's a circle dial, and you can set that to a number, and then when you flick open the lever, it's a physical switch, and it's got sun and night or whatever. So it might actually just mean either it's off on one and on the other. Maybe I'll flick them because right now I think they're all flicked to night. So what I might do is flick them all today and see if it's cold tomorrow night. Or again, I could just look it up. We got a whole bunch of documents. Like when you move in, it's like 2 folders worth of paperwork, which I haven't looked at once because. If there's a problem, I'll find out. Someone will tell me. Whew. Yeah. What, how good is your internet, Yugachi? Yogurth. Yeah, definitely a square boss. Vorgirth. Just to make it bad. This is gold pixel heart, I wonder. When I click on gold. Donating via the Twitch charity tool during Twitch Together for Good 2023? Man, why am I missing out on so many damned badges? $140 is good. Serviceable, manageable, workable, goodable, edible. Yes, the yogurt. I haven't had a yogurt in ages. I used to, when I was at uni, what recipes? There was recipes I used. So I remember using the Muller Lite yogurts, because they had like such an amazing like flavor and or I guess range of flavor profiles. So like caramel or banana, and then there's like, I don't even know what it is, but it's like vanilla with chocolate sprinkles and stuff. And I remember like cooking with them. I don't remember what I did. Oh, was it like muffins or something? I don't remember what I replaced with them. Yeah, I should go back. I mean, I have all the recipes. They're all stored somewhere. I made a lovely plum pie once. It was delicious. 42. Bachelor number 6, please. It's so crazy. It's like, number one, the soldiers wouldn't know the ratings. If you saw random soldiers appear through a corridor, you would notice. Every single thing before, like rank of soldiers, has had one person missing. These people are crazy to think that. You know, the world would notice. Anyhow. I mean, let's see. Is a heater. I've actually got, okay, tell you what, I've got an oil heater that plugs into the wall, and I've also got, well, I guess like I don't know what it is. It's like an air heater, but like how else do you describe it? But it's really, it's like it's a wee small heater fan, very very fast to heat up. So my last apartment, the heating didn't like work, or it was like economy 7, but like from the Stone Age. So even though there technically was heat, it was like you couldn't program the time on it. It would be on from like 4 a.m. until, I don't know, 9 or something. So you would like die of heat, and then you would get home. Oh, it was just unworkable. Oil. Yeah. So I got like an 11 fin oil heater from the Amazon. Absolutely fantastic for like a wee room. So that was when I got to winter in the last apartment. Like, that's when what I had on if I needed heat. And then in the bedroom, I had the wee fan heater thing. Oh, so good. Like, oh, it's cold in the air, and it's like, oh, no, it's... And then you could, like... you could fan yourself with heat. So you'd be like, oh, I'm feeling a little cold in my toes. I'm just gonna point the air down there. I was like, oh no, I'm not cold in the legs. Anyway, that's enough filth. Ah! Yeah. Is that a thing? Is there like an oil crisis going on that I haven't seen recently? Is there something new? New and oily? You know what? I've been seeing a lot of American oil recently. A very specific type of oil on a very specific type of American. Sure, everyone can fill in the blanks there. Oh, like the oil I've been looking at definitely hasn't been Mimi. It's very, I mean, it's been very, oh bollocks, I just put the thumb on. I think very important for the economical status of some. Definitely seems to have a lot of financial return. A lot of X's here. Where did they come from? Good. No, I haven't watched any Belle Delphine. Anyhow, like I said, people can figure it out. Okay. So I think we'll get to Coral or something like that for the night. Into the night. It's like an old, I say an old, like, oh, I don't even know how to describe it. Power metal? Eh, it's a piece of music. That's the important thing. Naturally. Oh yeah, back in the Nether realm. I should really go back and listen to more 70s and 80s power metal and ballads and stuff. I haven't listened to what do you call it? Thingy X? Racer X. Used to listen to them all the time. Great wee band. Actually, Symphony X as well, to be fair. Actually, no, they're both bands, right? There is a Racer X. I'm not going mad. I feel like Racer X is a band. But then I'm thinking, is Symphony X got a song called Racer X? Speed Racer. Did I? Wow, weird. The sound did a weird thing. Anyway. Alright, let's have a C. If we get this right. So. And then And then if we get a preemptive, it'll be cool. If we don't, it's okay. These things happen. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to stress it. I should get a preemptive against J-Birth, but we'll see. Jum bum bum doo doo doo. The X's are kisses. That's why I exclusively send X's. Ah, well. I need to go over the step stuff and values to see what went wrong. Now, there is a chance that I was... The setup encounter in Shenry HQ was too early. Like, I would so much love to not have to go into Cheat Engine and get all the values and things. I know that everyone does it, but most people run one game or two games. I don't want to be. I don't have to like think so hard about my step count that I need to have my step ID in fractions and all that going around in my head when I got 15 other video games to beat. Oh, also. Wait, what do you mean also? I had a thought and I've forgotten what it was now. Oh, I remember what it is. Okay, I want to do a poll. This is, by the way, this is just a consideration. And I'll maybe do like a proper one later or something. So okay, so at the end of the 1 to 16 marathon, for incredibly stupid reasons, in my mind I was like, that was pretty comfortable. That wasn't especially difficult to do. I felt very good. Now, this is what my brain's telling me. Like, throughout, it seemed very manageable with how things went. And then the conversation develops. And it's... Well... What would be a really irresponsible and stupid thing would be like, okay, well, I've added to it this time, and I've got time to save on 16 and whatever. Maybe I should add to it the next time. Because that's stupid. I should be very happy. I should be very happy with what I've achieved. That's really weird, actually. There's stuff missing. I don't know why. And written incorrectly. Oh, wait, no, that's, what? Oh, got it. Yep. Okay. So, two ideas. Idea 1 is I start adding sequels. Idea 2 is we up 14 from 2.0 to 2.55. Side games is a no. But Boop. There we go. That's correct now. Yeah, so the thing is, I can go down the direction of it's like, okay, so the first one would be between 10-2 and upping 14 to 255. So that it's like hyper official MSQ, leaderboard, verifiable, whatever. That's a lot of time and a lot of game. A lot more dungeons. And not only that, there are like 24 people dungeons or whatever in 255. Or like more than 4. And I love 10-2. But then the thing is, as soon as I do 10-2, obviously the next thing I need to do is 13-2 and Lightning Returns, right? Fuck, I can't even imagine, like, playing the same game as 40 people, never mind coordinating actions. Because the thing is, like, every single time someone asks about, is he doing 10-2? Is he doing 13-2? I don't even know. This time, Slangster, the day was off because I had to do something in the morning and I forgot, so I ended up starting the event like 4 hours, maybe 6 hours later or something. I don't remember what it was, but all I know is that the day was offset by like a number of hours, so the breaks were weird. Like the first break is normally after 7. This time the first break was after 6. So it'd be really cool, like, for people to be like, is he doing 10-2? And then people would be like, ah, lol, 10-2. But then, to do 10-2. You know? But then if I did 10-2, I feel like there would be an expectation to go on to 13-2 Lightning Returns FF13. And Lightning Returns, I'm sure it's Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13, not just like Lightning Returns Final Fantasy. FF4 Interlude and FF4 After Years would also count. So it's for sure opening up a can of worms, like. If I had the option to just do 10-2, I'd be like, I love 10-2. Of course I would do 10-2. 100%. But then if I knew adding 10-2 also meant that I would be adding 4 Interlude, 4 After Years, 10-2, 12 Revenant Wings, 13-2... What's the Final Fantasy 15 thing? Because the thing is, what I wouldn't want it phrased to allow for side games. Like Dirge of Cerberus is a side game, not a numbered FF. It's not FF7. Similarly, Crisis Core, is it Final Fantasy 7 Crisis Core? Is it Final Fantasy 7 : Crisis Core? Because I think, like, sequels, I think is limited enough. Ugh, disgusting. But Crisis Core, the original, is only like an hour and a half long, right? Or no, it's not. Balls. Nah, I take it back. It's a stupid idea. I'm never doing this. The original is like 6.5 hours. The reunion's like an hour and a half. Hell no. I take it all back. I take it all back. We're not polling anything. Oh my goodness. I mean, I am not ashamed to admit that I was a sleepy. Or maybe we were awake at that point and getting ready to come in, but yeah. Like, I was absolutely wrecked on the last day of Legends. Absolutely wrecked. Anyway. Hey, thanks very much, Corona. But yeah, I mean, the city is rad. In fact, if everything goes to plan, or goes as is, should be doing some The City on Friday. I've booked it in for the evening anyway. Bloop. Oh, run down. Okay, so we've got the coral. 2 and a bit hours. Do you know I couldn't get my controller to work tonight. It was so ridiculous. Like, first stream back after a week or 2, or, well, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something, whatever. And I was like, I got my, you know, I've got my normal controller back. I got my PS1 controller, excited to be using that on the computer instead of the PS5. Although the PS5 controller I've gotten really used to. Maybe too used to, of playing games other than... beautiful. Other than, like, Final Fantasy 15, 16 on it. But my brain's telling me you should use the PlayStation controller. Like PS1 controller. Anyhows, yeah, but you know, it can get crazy. Like, I looked into, so when I was prepping for the side game marathon. Hello, Lady Lunar Phoenix. God, bakery was so... That was... Okay, maybe that's the reason why the marathon was so comfortable. It's because I went for a Like, I had a bakery breakfast in the mornings. That was so good. I can't tell you how wonderful it was to... have, like, croissants and apple puffs for breakfast. Oh, that's in. That's staying in. That's like... And the thing is as well, the other good thing is that you get outside, you get into natural light. It's got, you know, there are lots of... A quaison! It's a distance of... it's a measurement of distance in space. Oh, I think, yeah, like, the run, the route gameplay, stick with Zidane stuff for now. Like, once I actually get much more comfortable with the game, then we can, I think, start introducing other characters and stuff. Yeah, so last week we didn't play because one of the players couldn't make it. And then the week before we were on, I think, and we're on this week. So yeah, D&D's on. I think it was just last week we were off because someone couldn't make it. But that worked out all right, so I could get some ESA work done. Oh, the lid of that bottle's never getting found again. Although I guess having like wooden floors everywhere is actually really nice because you can see everything. That's not what I meant. Is what I meant? I'm just a big fan of having wooden floors. Easily. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll call it a prison. Whereas Waldo with you don't want to be dealing with that shenanigans. Shenanigans. Shanoony Rooney. But yeah, we got a decent amount of time. So, or this week rather. But yeah, again, working the arcade at the weekend. So tomorrow will be try and get a good amount of the ISA work locked in and sorted. Definitely got things I need to get done and ready for that. I've got 2 fridge magnets that I can't put on my... Actually, maybe I can put on the fridge. It's hard to tell because the fridge is like inset into the furnishings, like the cupboards. Like a walk-in microwave. So I got my nice fancy one that I bought here just in the cupboard now. Thad. Oh, it's riddled with danger. I do like Shag Pile carpet. It's nice under the toes. But yeah, wooden floor is my ideal. Easy to clean, easy to see. Spacey. Skiliada Buddha, fladuda Buddha gampow. Yeah, if I had the choice for one or the other, definitely wooden floor. But you can just get like a rug. See? Mizzo knows. I've got a picture somewhere of the floor at my last apartment. Let's just say that I'm pretty sure I would have done less damage to a wooden floor than that carpet floor. Although maybe it was more telling about the actual like structural integrity of that carpet rather than the amount of pressure put on it. Don't think my mum texted me the picture. Wait, we're not using rugs and carpets. A carpet is the entire floor space. Like, the carpet is carpeted floor. You would have carpet in the bedroom means that your floor in the bedroom is carpet. A rug is like a rectangle piece of material that doesn't use up the whole floor space. I don't know how to describe it. Let's see. Alright, no, I'm pretty sure. It's not there. Hey, what's up, Jim? How's it going? Okay, here we go. Pause. Okay. Yeah, red carpets. All lies and deceit. Alright, wonderful. Oh. Why? Wait, what are you mad for? Other than grinding out 9 day after day after day. Yeah, it's a space they walk. No, it's messy. Messy. Okay, so. Let's put this down. Or do I just leave it? I can just leave it running, I guess. Why not? Yeah, but like people aren't doing others any favors. Oh, thank you for 43 months, Jibin. I just saw. I'm sorry. Thank you. Never saved. Well, yeah, we've been there. I've been there. Everyone's been there. I mean, but the thing is, there is the expression, the red carpet treatment. You know, like it's there for a reason. But anyway, right, we've reached the 30th minute of the 9th hour. So I'm going to bed. So here's the really stupid plan. So right now, I think what I'll do tomorrow, until I figure out this custom RTMP whatever, is that, so we're going to do, this is something really stupid and different and new, and it's got so easily going to cause problems. Oh yeah, I mean, the problem is you've got like shades, which I don't know if it's a Britishism or UKism, and shades are like blinds that cover your windows. But yeah, a lot of people now use shades to describe sunglasses. I hate the expression sunnies. Not a fan of that. Anyway, so the plan will be, I'll throw this up again, is that we're going to do a morning stream tomorrow. Let me figure this out. Hang on. Because I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. So I post that there, and then that means I can access it here. Refresh. Elegantly with my balls. That's true. Yeah. Oh, this is what I want. Is it? Who is this guest one? Right. Ah. Okay. Right, there's a problem with the view is the problem. Right. Here we go. So now I go on to this, and this, and this. Oh, whatever. Okay. Now I just go into that. Great. Throw this here. Now. This is really annoying. Why is this not working? It worked earlier. God, I hate technology so much. Just put me in the room. Right. This is the control. Right. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. Right. Create a room. Enter your room name here. Meow organ. Wonderful. Oh. I'm an idiot. Right. Boom. Okay. Wonderful. So here we go. Browser. Boom. Yeah. Now. Okay. Right. So this will be no wrong one. Right. So this is what we'll have. Wait. Why can I hear myself? Oh. Okay. Oh, great, I can hear. Why can I hear it? Oh, it's actually I have no idea why I can hear it. I also don't know why I'm talking into the microphone. The microphone's not being used right now. Okay. 9. Yes. Oh, need to not do that. That's important. Okay, so this is this is so ridiculous, right? So I'm literally using my phone, but I'm speaking into the microphone as if it's doing anything. Ah, okay. So this is what. Yeah. No, he just went away. Oh, I really hope this works. Oh, I've got an idea of why it maybe stopped. Okay.
Okay.
Right. There we go.
Right. There we go.
So that's all I have to do
So
is
that's all
line the
all I have
phone
to do
up.
is line the phone up.
Oh, is it blurry again,
Is it
or is that
blurry
quality?
again?
Is
Or is
that
that
bad
quality? Is
internet?
that bad internet?
Oh my god! Look,
Oh my
look!
god!
Oh, it's so
Oh, it's
laggy.
so laggy.
What a big ask this is. Okay, well, anyway, so
Okay. Well, anyway, so
that's going to be on mobile
that's gonna
network
be on mobile network
for the travel.
for the travel.
Why am I doubling? Why am I? Shut up, you.
Shut up, you.
Okay, here we go. Wait, why am I not hearing my? Oh, it's coming out of my phone. Wait, no, it's not. What? Microphone isn't monitor on. What if I? Okay, what if I get rid of that? Why can I hear myself? Yeah, it's fine for you. If I put this on, then you can hear me twice.
You can hear me twice.
How is it happening?
How is it happening?
Where's it coming from?
Where's it coming from?
Me.
Me.
Not me.
Not me.
Nope, that's definitely coming out of the desktop audio.
Desktop audio.
Is it because
Is it because
that doesn't make
it
sense?
doesn't make sense?
Like having this on shouldn't do that.
Do that.
I guess this is capturing audio. What if I do this? Oh. Oh god. Okay, this is gonna take getting used to. But then, when I'm at the arcade, oh yeah, it's signal. Maybe it's asking too much of itself. Maybe I just need to be a lot less oomphy with the settings. Yeah, it's like hard struggling. Anyway, okay, well that's gonna work though, which is great. So all I need to do is set that up before I go, and then when I get to the arcade, I can stream the phone feed when I'm on the arcade Wi-Fi, and the internet's going to be good there. And that should work. Good. Right, that's that problem fixed, solved. Excellent. Well, that's what tomorrow is going to be like. We'll see what happens. It could be disastrous. This could be something I try once, and I'm like, I'm never doing this again. This is the worst thing of my life. It's very possible. Very possible. All right, so let's gift this one out. And yeah. Oh gosh, that's right. There's a thing people. Hang on, let me get this back. I need to raid someone, right? That's what you do at the end of streams. Let's stop the recording. Lovely. Yeah, that's a rebroadcast. I don't even know what this is. All right. Where's my thing? Where's that? There it is. Okay. Splendid. Okay, let's read ARG, and then it's bedtime for me, and then I'll see you tomorrow for the double. We'll see how it goes. That's all I'm saying. If it goes great, then wonderful. If it's a disaster, it's a disaster. But it's okay. These things we're trying. We'll see what attention is garnered in the early hours of the morning. People might not even be awake. But that's fine. Oh, God, I need to rename stuff as well. How did I ever do this? Okay, there's like the primary lesson of tonight is if you do something, just keep doing it forever, because as soon as you forget how any part of it works, it's the worst thing in the world. All right. Well, have a splendiferous evening. Enjoy your respective Tuesdays. Oh, Taco Tuesday. I love it. Yeah, and I'll see you all tomorrow. The schedule is updated in the whatever you call it. The schedule, like down below. And yeah, I guess that's everything I've got for now. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Have a good night. See you later. Bye-bye.